this video, I'm going to explain why it's so important that we need to future-proof our people. When I came up with the concept of future-proofing yourself and future-proofing your business, I contacted a lot of my contacts in HR, training and HR directors and so on and so forth, and directors of business. And they're all, obviously like me, very enthusiastic about the concept and the ideas. But I was quite surprised that a few people sort of said, well, that's all very well and good, David, but we don't really want to develop our people because, we may be encouraging them to leave and move on and go elsewhere, and we've spent all that money and we won't get a return on it. Which I was quite surprised at, and it sort of reminded me of a very famous quote by Richard Branson. I've put it up on the screen here as well for you to actually have a look at. And it says, he sort of talks about a CFO asks a CEO, what happens if we invest in developing our people and then they leave us? And the CEO replies, and very sensibly, but what happens if they stay? And I think that's a really important point to think about, that, we've got to develop our people. And we've also got to think about another great quote that Mr. Branson also came up with, train our people well enough so they can leave. And I think, if people do leave and move on elsewhere, that's great. But if we treat them so well or well enough so they don't want to, and I think that there again is really quite important. And why have I got this message at this particular time? Because I think over the last period of time that it's been very challenging. And for a lot of companies have been in survival mode or just been incredibly busy, and it's been all hands to the deck, and everyone stepped up and performed incredibly well, which is great. So I think there's lots of learnings to be taken from that, but unless we have those conversations, how are people going to learn? But whilst they've been incredibly efficient, a lot of people are saying, what about the long-term effectiveness of our business in terms of developing our people? Because our markets are changing very quickly. The needs, I look at people management programs that I've been running for a number of years, and the content has just so radically changed, because what's expected of a modern day manager is just so totally different now than it was sort of 18 months, 2 years ago. And I think we need to sort of, think about how we are developing our people, and therefore how we're going to continue to invest in them. Because if we, don't invest in them, who's going to do it for us? So naturally, my future-proofing programs and, helping people to future-proof themselves so they can future-proof your business, they need to be tailored, and, no one size fits all. So if you'd like more ideas on how we can assist and support, please do get in contact. Love just to have a conversation, just to generate ideas, which I'm constantly doing with all my clients and people. So please do get in contact, and be more than pleased to have a conversation and be of assistance. Thank you very much for your time.